to the Feed You podcast, giving you the real scoop on raising your business to new heights. Expert education, inspiration, and motivation to fuel your purpose, your passion, and your profits. Here's your host, Alisa Connor.
Hello. Welcome to the Feed You podcast. I'm Alisa Connor. I'm your host. Thanks so much for tuning in. This week we are talking about Facebook Messenger marketing. And before we jump in there, I just want to plant a little seed with you all. This is episode 45. Super exciting for me as we're rounding towards the 1-year anniversary of my podcast. But coming up on episode 48, which is in 3 weeks, I have, that's a pretty exciting episode. And if you want to know more about that, stay tuned to social media, specifically Instagram and Facebook stories. You can find me over on Instagram at Alisa M. Connor. And I am putting together a fun giveaway and a fun little contest and just some fun stuff to celebrate that episode. And if you tune into social media, you will find out why that is a special episode. Or if you're listening to this later, you'll find out in episode 48 as well. So that is what's coming up on the podcast. I'm really excited about that. Today, we are talking about Facebook Messenger marketing specifically, and how we can utilize that to not only grow our business, grow our email list, but enhance customer service. So before we get started, here's a word from our sponsor. One of the biggest frustrations I hear from business owners on a regular basis is, I need more clients. And I get it. Every business struggles with getting new clients until you know how to do it. The problem is you spend your time networking and going to events and making phone calls that don't go anywhere. You're out trying to attract people to you when there is a much easier way. Growing your email list is so important because it fills your list with potential clients who actually want to hear from you. And it gives you the ability to reach out to them on a regular basis and share what you have to offer. To grow your email list, you have got to have a great free download. Sign up for our free newsletter isn't working anymore. You've got to create a download that piques their interest, gets them to take action, and adds them to your list. Sounds easy, right? Of course it's not easy. That's exactly why I created my new free training to help you create an awesome free download. You can sign up at alisaconnor.com/create my freebie. This live training is going to present the 5 easy steps that I've used with my clients to help them go from hot mess marketing to growing an email list that they consistently get sales from. So you don't want to miss this training. Head on over to alisaconnor.com/create my freebie and sign up today. Why are we spending time talking about messenger marketing? You're like, oh, for the love of Pete, one more thing to learn. Well, I actually did an episode early in the podcast with the guru of Facebook Messenger marketing and chatbot marketing, Kelly Marabella. So I'll link to that in the show notes. But messenger marketing is so powerful that I thought it was worthwhile for us to hop on and give you some updated stats and a little bit more about how to utilize Facebook Messenger and Facebook Messenger marketing in your business. So before we get started, I just pulled up some recent key stats from Social Media Today. They wrote an article in May of 2019. So this is pretty relative because this is July we're in July of 2019. So it's very recent information. Currently, there are 20 billion messages sent between people and businesses every month via Messenger. There are over 300,000 active Messenger bots on the platform, and it is the most popular iOS app of all time behind Facebook. And so, even more so, there are 410 million users who use video chat on Messenger monthly. And it has a 40% year-over-year growth rate. So what does that mean for your business? And what does it mean? What are the key points for your business that we haven't even talked about? The Messenger open rates, as far as somebody opening one of your Facebook Messenger messages versus email, is like 9 to 1. I think it's somewhere in the 90 percentile that people will open the message. And I personally think it's because, one, they're already on the platform and it's easy. But two, that little red dot drives people crazy. And so they don't want a red dot with a notification, and it's an easy way to start a conversation. So I wanted to dig in and give you some tips on ways to use chatbots, ways to start integrating chatbots, how to set up chatbots. And I am not a chatbot expert. My friend Kelly Noble Marabella definitely is, but I've learned a lot with her, and I thought it was really viable, not only for my business, and I am still in the infancy stages of setting all these up, but I even see the benefit of growing your email list. Yes, you can grow your email list with a chatbot. Otherwise, I wouldn't be talking about it. But also growing your fan base, getting people over to your Facebook groups. And it is definitely in alignment with what is changing, the big change in social media, which is engagement and conversation. You may or may not have noticed, both with Instagram and Facebook at this point, but pages are really not seeing a lot of attention from Facebook. What you're seeing Facebook put attention on and put more in front of your audience and in front of you as a user are things like Facebook stories that create engagement, Facebook live video, uploaded video, and definitely groups and places that conversation happens. And that is going to become more and more prevalent. They've already said that, they want, as a security reason, Facebook wants you to encourage conversation and engagement with your audience. If you're not doing that and you are spamming people, which there are many rules with Facebook messaging. So if you want to know the ins and outs on all of that, Kelly Marabella, again, is your girl, and I will link to her, and I'm letting her know that I am featuring her in this episode again. But spamming people through Messenger is not allowed. However, it's a great way to get engagement and get some information and start gathering, preferences from your ideal client and starting conversations when you can't be there. So without further ado, let's hop into a little bit about how to utilize chatbots to enhance your customer service journey and grow your business. So Facebook Messenger needs an outside app in order to do a lot of the things that we're talking about. The app that was recommended to me that I love, and I have not used anything else, but I use it on recommendation from Kelly, is called ManyChat. And ManyChat has a free version that enables you to do tons and tons of stuff with your chatbot without ever having to pay for it. But even if you have to pay for it, they have a really low entry point. I think it's $15 a month to get started, and then you get a whole bunch of other features. So that being said, Kelly has tons of videos on YouTube. I hate to send you, all over the place, but she has tons of ways to learn. She also has a course. So if you want to check that out, but also ManyChat has tons of videos and ways to get set up. I don't want to cover that right now. There are other people that are more knowledgeable about, the integration and setting all that up. I just want to give you some basic ways that you can use chatbots. So, because this should be part of your sales funnel. Like if you're not looking at a messenger bot for your sales funnel, you are going to be behind the curve. That's all there is to it. So the reason that we use ManyChat and the reason that Kelly recommends ManyChat and that I have, jumped in with her recommendation is that it's easy to set up. It sets up your chatbot so that you can start conversations even when you're not there. So I have clients and people that I can have connected with on the other side of the world, and our time difference is very, very different. Like if I'm talking to someone in Europe, it's like an 8 or 9 hour time difference. So they may have a question and I may be in bed. And so by putting them into a Facebook Messenger chatbot, I can set up ways for them to ask, questions or, go to the next step, and they can leave a message or whatever. And then it will alert them that I'm not there. and that I will get back to them just as soon as, the office opens in the morning. And I can put my hours in there. And that way they've left their message, it hasn't left their mind, and we can go back and forth, and I can actually send them a video or an audio chat or any number of things in Facebook Messenger. So lots of ways to personalize. If you missed that in last week's episode, that's what we talked about, was personalizing your customer service. So go check that episode out, but that is a great way for you to personalize interactions with potential prospects. You can also send them to a opt-in for your lead magnet. You can collect email addresses, all kinds of things to get people excited. So it's a great way to get set up. It's, as I said, it's fairly easy to do, especially if you have any help from someone else. And I believe that Kelly also sets these up. So if you are really like, no, I'm not into the tech, I don't want to do it, Kelly will do it for you. Of course, she will do it. She will charge you for it, but she will do it. And she loves to build chatbots, and she's really good at it. So the next reason to use chatbots to enhance your customer journey is it enables you to send out reminders for when you're going to go live. If you're doing a training event, if you have a webinar coming up, you can actually have people sign up directly on your registration page. They go through the registration page for, say, I was just running a 5-day challenge, and on the thank you page, I put a link that said, hey, do you want to be alerted as to the live training on Facebook? Do you want a reminder? And then it links right to their Facebook Messenger login. So once they click that, I can send them a reminder in Facebook messaging, and they'll get a reminder not only via email, but they'll get it in Messenger. And that way you're kind of hitting them duo places depending on where they are, and your likelihood of them showing up to that live training or that webinar is much, much higher. People are seeing between 44 and 75% actually, for well over what you would get from email reminders. So, and they are, let's see, the open rate for chatbots is 2 to 3 times better than email. So an average of 70 to 80%. So if you're sending email and you have really low open rates and click rates, like say 2, 3, 4% is usually, I think that's about the average now for email. This is 70 to 80%. That is a huge increase. And you catch them in the moment. So they may be on Facebook and you're doing a Facebook Live in your group and you're doing a training and you've sent them that reminder. They happen to be there. They're going to click on it and go over and join you live. Worst comes to worst, you can also send them a link for the replay, and then they'll go over and see that post over there. So great ways to do engagement, great ways to send out reminders. And it's really pretty easy to plug in. So number 3, you can increase engagement with comments on your Facebook posts. So it's really difficult right now to just get organic reach just by posting. People are so busy just posting the way they've always posted. And like I said, when we started this episode, Facebook is really looking for engagement. They want to see that people are interested in what you're saying, and they measure that by the number of comments, the number of likes, and the number of shares, just as they always have. But they are really they're giving preferential treatment to those people whose pages actually have engagement. So to get your engagement up, this is a great way to do it, is to have people comment, and they, like if they want, say, let me just do an example. So if you're doing a live training, and whether they're there for the replay or they're there for the live training, you can actually have those comments be 2 different things. So if they're there for the live training and you're giving away a free roadmap to go with the training, and this would be a dual benefit. Number 1, you're getting them to get excited about that free giveaway, and you could actually turn it into a lead magnet and capture their email address directly in the bot and build it up. Or you could just give it away and deliver it right in the chatbot. But in order to get them into the chatbot, you would have them comment on the Facebook Live or on the training, live guide, or give me the guide, or yes, or whatever you want to do. And now, of course, you have to have that set up before you go live. But once you have it set up and they comment, then it will open up Messenger for them, and they will then begin the conversation with you. And so it enables you to deliver the freebie, continue to communicate with them, and also you can add them to your email list. Now, on the flip side, if they didn't make it to the live training, you could have them reply with replay, and you would then be able to have a different chat series go to those people that were watching the replay and deliver a different message, and then deliver the replay of the training, or however you want to do that. So if they're watching the replay, I've seen it a lot of times where people will say, hey, just type replay in the comments, and then they send them a whole little sequence about the replay, because you can also set sequences, just like email sequences. You can set them up in your chatbot. And so it enables you to delay them, like if you want to delay your email sequence by a day. So if you're setting a reminder for a webinar, for example, and you want to send them a reminder the day before, and then you want to send them the replay the day after, you can set all of that up. And so it makes it really easy, and it also makes it a great way for you to communicate with them one-on-one versus trying to do sandblasting it out to all of Facebook. So that's number 3, is increasing your engagement through comments, because you're going to get all these comments, and then more and more people are going to see that post. And I've seen this done really successfully. I'm still playing with it, and I'm seeing good results, but I'm not quite the proficient expert yet, but I am working on it. So I will report back again what I find. But it was, on that note, the numbers don't lie. And so to me, I'm like, it's so powerful, not only for my business, but for those that I'm helping, that I could not ignore it. I could not ignore what Facebook Messenger is doing in the online space, and how it is, the people that I see using it successfully are growing in their business. So I want to be able to share that with you. So let's talk about the power next. Next, I want to talk to you about the power of using Facebook advertising in your Messenger bot. Now, there are 3 ways that you can really utilize Facebook messaging or Facebook advertising in your Messenger. Number 1 is it would just be like a sponsored advertisement that you would have in your Facebook newsfeed, only it shows up in your Messenger. So they may have messages from friend, and then they would have a sponsored post that would look very much like a Facebook ad looks on your newsfeed. So you would have post, and then a messenger ad. So these are all paid options, by the way. I just want to make sure that I'm clear on that. But what's nice about that is that if they choose to interact with that ad in their messenger, it's going to open in Messenger, and you can start having a conversation with them. The other one is that you would actually have sponsored messages for people that have already engaged with you. So if they are already a customer, or they've somehow engaged with you, like in a Facebook group or in a live, in some of the ways that I previously talked about, you could actually sponsor a message to them directly in their inbox, because you've already had a conversation. So for example, an example of how this would work is maybe you, going back to, a client that has jeans in their store, you may have a clothing distributor who has just done a whole series on Facebook, like in their Facebook group, talking about the power of dressing up jeans, and that they're no longer just weekend gear. And they've, given you all these different ways to utilize jeans, and how to dress them up, and how to make them look more professional. And then they may run an ad for whatever specific jeans they are targeting in all of their other content in the what am I trying to say? In their, in Facebook Messenger for people that have already interacted. So if there are people that like maybe grab the download guide, they may pop an ad in there later after, the content is gone and they've had a few conversations, interactions that says, hey, we see that you grabbed this guide and we just want to let you know that we're having a sale on these jeans. And so you can buy them here. And then that would be the actual sponsored message or the Facebook ad is that, we are super grateful for you. And because we're grateful for you, check this out. And then the third way that you could use Facebook advertising for Messenger is you will see ads in your news feed. And instead of the learn more button that would take you off to a website, you could still have it say learn more, but it would actually open in Facebook Messenger. So I know if you've had any interaction with the bigger brands, you've had this happen already, but they'll be advertising, say they're having a sandal special because it's summer. And if you want to check out these sandals, instead of going to look at the sandals on a website, it will actually take you into a messenger conversation that says, hey, we noticed you like these sandals. Here's, 3 or 4 styles. You can put pictures in there that are really hot this summer. And if you'd like to get started, we'd like to give you a 20% coupon. Just let us know if that's something you want. They respond, they get the coupon. So there's 3 different ways that you can use messenger ads versus just like right now, I feel like there's so much overwhelm in the news feed with messenger ads that this is a really great way to just start a conversation quickly and move people through your sales funnel quickly. So again, you can do ads within the Messenger home screen. So in between messages, you can do sponsored messages to people that have already started a conversation with you in their Messenger app. And then the last is you can run regular ads, except that instead of going to a website, you're sending them over to Facebook Messenger and you're starting that conversation. So really, really powerful stuff to use Facebook advertising in your Messenger. And of course, they made it that way. I would highly suspect that they will have Instagram messaging to come because they own Instagram as well. And, they have direct messaging, but I highly suspect that it is going to take the same route as Facebook messaging. So it's already become really powerful for people to be able to sell and do different things over on Instagram. So I see the writing on the wall, and I can't, I foresee that is going to be the case. I mean, people are already utilizing direct messaging over on Instagram. And so I see that you in the future will likely have the capability to do all of these things over there as well. So let's talk about some ways that we can use chatbots. Lots of different ways, and there's also some ways that you do not want to use chatbots. So let's get to the first. First, let's talk about the ways you do want to use them. Number one is it's a great way to welcome people. Before you ever have a conversation, you can just say, hey, here's the things that I do. Welcome to my page. Let me know how I can help you. And it could even just be like a lot of times the first message is, hey, do you have any questions? Let us know. And then you'll see that little chatbot continue in Messenger button, and it's usually blue. And you click on that, and then it opens up the Facebook Messenger app. And then you can start a conversation. You can actually start them down the path and build out a chatbot to get them going. So on mine, I think it says, hey, welcome. Let me know, I have some free goods. Let me know if you want them or something like that. I can't remember exactly what I put. And then the next part of the conversation is, is it okay if I send you messages on Facebook Messenger? Always ask that. If you do not send them anything else. It's just like having a double opt-in on your email. And then it's always good practice to put, if you want to unsubscribe from these, just hit unsubscribe or stop or whatever your keyword is, just because, people will sign up for things and then you don't want to annoy them. You want to give them the opportunity to converse with you in a different way. So let's see. So the welcome, and then you can actually give them other options. So like for mine, it says something like, are you interested in the podcast? And then right now it goes to the podcast page, but I am actually working out my own flow of what that's going to look like. Hey, do you want to listen to the new episode? Here it is, and integrating that right into the chatbot. And then, if you want to know more about services, do you want to know more about StoryBrand, whatever it is, so that I know where they're going, and then I can start a conversation with them because they've already filtered through what they want to talk about. So it's a great way to start conversations and get people the information they want faster. You can also, as I talked about, you can build your list by having people comment, and you can actually send a chatbot message to them that says, hey, can you confirm your email? Because a lot of times, like with me, my Facebook email is not the same as the email that I want to opt into things. So if it'll say, can I send this free download or this free coupon to this email? And that person will say yes or no. And if they say no, you can say, oh, well, what's a good email for me to send that to? Well, then all of that appears in ManyChat, and you can actually, that's building your email list. So you can export those people and put them over into your regular email service provider, which I highly recommend. But you can also message them directly from ManyChat. So if you have, say, a new podcast episode coming out and they've said they're interested in the podcast, you can then send them a reminder, hey, just dropped a new podcast episode. This is what it's about. This is what you're going to get out of it. If you want to listen, click here. And it will enable you to deliver what you need directly to them. In addition to that, I just wanted to give you some ways that you could actually get people to engage with your chatbot, because that's really kind of the point, is you want to be able to have as many conversations started as you can, gather their email address. So you're building that list. And as I said before, you can, you can put some content out there and you can have people comment, or you can be doing a Facebook Live, or maybe you have a video you just popped up there and you create a trigger word that if they comment with that word, it opens the chatbot, and then you can continue the conversation. And maybe you have a freebie to go with that. You're doing a content upgrade, and you can build your list. Well, there are some other ways you can do that as well. You can actually create a quiz in your chatbot, and you can promote the quiz, but then deliver not only everybody loves quizzes. So a quiz is a really great way to get people excited about your chatbot, but you can create a quiz, and then, Kelly did a really great job with this when she did a quiz, and then I think she had some sort of giveaway at the end. Like if you were this, point A, then you would get this prize. And if you were subject B, you would get this prize. And if you were subject C, then you just got a high five. But it just makes it kind of fun for them to get through the quiz. But it also, what's really cool about a quiz is, even if it's just a fun quiz, it helps you get to know your audience. And we want to know as much about our audience as possible, because the more we know, the more power we have to create and deliver what they want. So that being said, quizzes are a great way to increase engagement, get people interested in your chatbot, and they're just fun. I mean, look at all those quiz apps that are on Facebook. People are always taking quizzes. They just love it. They can't help themselves. You can also ask people to reply with a GIF, either in your chatbot or in your Facebook posts. And, if they respond with a GIF, then maybe it links them over to your messenger bot, and you ask them a question in the bot about why they picked that GIF. And then you start a conversation. And so for example, like if you ask the question, respond with a gift, and my sales funnel makes me feel like, respond with a GIF. Well, as they start to respond, you know two things. One, that they have a sales funnel, and two, depending on their GIF, you will know whether they are ready to pull their hair out because their sales funnel isn't working, or that they're perfectly happy with it, and you can talk to them about, different things. So there's just an example that, another way to create conversation, create engagement, and get them going in that sales funnel. And then another way to do that is to have surveys. You may have survey results, like it's different than polls, but you could actually do a survey post and then, take the survey information from your chatbot and deliver them a specific sequence to go with whatever they choose. So, for example, do you like yellow? Which kind of jelly beans do you like? Yellow, pink, green, or white? Well, if they picked yellow, they get one sequence. If they pick white, they get another sequence. If they pick, pink, then they get the unicorn sequence. So you get the idea. And so, you're filtering them through by their choices to the next step of your sales funnel. So I hope that makes sense. It's really kind of hard to just talk about it on a podcast, but I wanted to give you a taste of what this looks like and what this feels like, and like all the different places you can apply it, because it's really, really powerful. And I'm thinking of specifically, like if you had a product or service. So let's say you're a consultant and you're offering online training and you have 3 different sales audiences. So you start your survey with, are you a receptionist? Are you a manager? Or are you a CEO? Well, that's the survey, or, whichever role type they are, or as a however you want to do that. Well, then you would have a sequence that goes after each of those audiences that, talks to them in their language and about the problems that they are struggling with. So again, it's really powerful. I don't want to spend any more time like walking through the nitty-gritty details on it, but I just want to make you aware that it is out there, and I want you to think through how it could work for your business. And then also, the final way is that, you could take those posts that a lot of people have commented on and you've kind of filtered them into your messenger bot, and you can actually promote them with a paid ad and get more people to comment on that post and engage with that post, so that it's building your list even bigger. So, I hope that makes sense. I hope that has given you some ideas as far as all the different things you can do with chatbots, and grow your customer service and find out about them, and anything you can learn about your client or your customer or your prospect it's so valuable, because you can take that information and you can go create content, you can go create programs, you don't know where it's going to go. And so anytime that we can create that engagement and that conversation and an ability to have a conversation with people through a chatbot specifically, the more we learn and the further we can take our clients, customers, and prospects on our sales journey. And that's really the point. I mean, if you're on social media and you don't have an end game in mind, you're just out there throwing stuff out there. I want to give you the tools to be able to actually make social media work for you to build your sales funnel so that you can have more sales. Because if you're not selling anything, you're not going to be in business very long. So that's what I've got for you today. I hope that it was helpful. Again, I have lots and lots of links for you, because this was a lot of technical information, and I am going to reach out to Kelly and let her know that I'm mentioning her in this, but she is a great resource for getting this started and getting it built, and actually putting some of the stuff we talked about into action. So if you want to map out your sales funnel before you learn how to do this, talk to me, and then Kelly will help you implement it. So with that being said, I will see you all next week. We're edging closer to episode 48, so stay tuned for that. Again, if you want more about that, go follow me on social media, specifically Instagram. And you can find me over there at Alisa M. Connor. And then next week is one more episode about customer service. And if you are familiar with Gary Vaynerchuk, I am going to take my own stab at his jab, 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 right hook. So tune in next week to find out what that's all about. Thanks so much for listening, and I will catch you on the flip side. Have a great day and take care. Just a reminder, don't forget to sign up for my free training to create your irresistible download. Everybody wants a great free download. Why shouldn't you have one too? Grow and build your email list so you can get more clients, by joining me on my free training at alisaconnor.com/create my freebie. I'll see you soon.